Hey everyone, welcome back to another video of the Gabe Dunn Show. Today I have joining me is my good friend named Landon. Say what's up.
What's up?
And today we are going to be talking about actually not just one subject for today. We are going to be talking about multiple actually. Like you've seen in the previous videos, we are going to be talking about a couple subjects, not just one. But right before we get started, I just want to say, if you enjoy this content and you like to see sports podcasts and you keep up on daily sports news stuff, make sure you subscribe, please. It helps out a lot. It's free. You can always change your mind, and it helps out the channel a lot. So, but without further ado, Landon, you ready to get started?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's get right into it. So we have our NBA scores from last night. So, Landon, we'll start with the first game.
All right, the first game, we got the Grizzlies taking on the Clippers. Easy win for the Grizzlies, looking like they are a real playoff team this year, 123 to 108. Next up, we got the Bucks and Hornets. Very shocking win over the Bucks. Charlotte wins 114 to 106. Kind of a surprise with the Bucks being the defending champions, losing to a team who hasn't been in the playoffs for in much time.
I can completely agree with that.
Next up, we got the Orlando Magics and Detroit Pistons, 97-92. Next up, we got the Utah Jazz and the Pacers. Pacers take on and beat the Jazz 125 to 113. Another shocking win. The Pacers not doing so hot this year, but it's just another game in the schedule. Next up, we got the Knicks and the Celtics. Celtics end up beating the Knicks 95 to 75. Next up, we got Miami and Phoenix. Heat win 123 to 100. Both teams looking pretty good this year, although the Phoenix Suns do have the better record, but doesn't seem like it in this game.
Okay, so now actually, instead of just the NBA games, we had 2 games last night for the NFL season. First week of the podcast that we actually get to get NFL scores right before the NFL playoffs. So we had 2 games last night.
All right, first game up is a midday game. We got the Chiefs taking on the Broncos, and a shocking turnout for how the game went. Kansas City ends up beating the Broncos 28 to 24 in a close game going into the fourth quarter, but the Kansas City finds a way to get back on top as usual.
And I got this one covered for you, Landon, because I am a die-hard Cowboys fan. The Cowboys absolutely demolished the Eagles 51 to 26 with backups in, and we had a whole bunch of players on the COVID-19 list, but so it's just we absolutely destroyed them. That's all I gotta say. But now we gotta worry about the playoffs. So
looks like we're probably gonna be playing the Eagles again
next
week.
We could easily be playing the Eagles in the wild card spot, or we could be easily playing the Cardinals, the Bucks, the Rams. We don't know yet, but we are going to be able to tell by tomorrow actually.
I think by tomorrow, it will probably be either the Eagles or the Cardinals going to be the team that the Cowboys will end up facing in the wild card round. I kind of don't see any other team kind of playing the Cowboys at this point. Right now, before the Eagles kind of took that spot in the wild card, it was Cardinals and Cowboys. But it just kind of depends on how everything turns out, see how the Cardinals do against the Seattle Seahawks.
Exactly. So with that out of the way, so let's hop into our main subjects for today. So we have Klay Thompson is finally returning tonight. Let's go. My boy's finally coming back after 2 years of being injured. We're going to also do, like we just talked about, the Cowboys and Eagles game. And then you see at the bottom left of your screen right here, we have Antonio Brown. But first, I think we're going to start talking about Klay Thompson. So, Landon, my boy has been hurt for the past, 2.5 years. I said 2 years, but it's really been, 2.5. In 2019, in the finals, he got hurt. He tore his ACL on going up for a dunk, came down, tore it, and he was taken back. He came out in the finals. He shot his free throws. Good for him. Like, it meant a lot to him. But then he got taken out, didn't play at all. After the year goes by, he decides to come back to practice and stuff, obviously. But then he messes up his Achilles, has to have surgery, and then he is out for that season again. And he was still recovering. And then tonight, he is finally cleared to come back. What is your comments on that? I know that I'm super excited, but
I think Klay Thompson shows out tonight. I really do. And he's been playing a lot of scrimmages lately, kind of getting back in shape for, his first game back. And, I mean, just like Kyrie, he played his first game of the season just the other night, and he did pretty good first game back. I mean, yes, he was a little rusty in the first quarter, but showed out, finished the game with the W. And I think Klay Thompson, he's just going to make the Warriors stronger. I think the only problem the Warriors are going to have going into this game is being able to rotate the players that's been, kind of roaming around while Klay Thompson's been out for this long. And if they could just figure out a way to kind of rotate the players well enough, and it will even help Klay Thompson. Yes, he's from what I've heard, he's only going to be playing 30 minutes. But I think he shows out tonight. I think he will. My stat prediction for him, I think he will have probably around 22 points, 5 boards, 6 assists, somewhere around there. But yeah, I think he balls out tonight.
that's good because he's going to have a little bit of some rust. Obviously, we're able to tell that he's going to be a little bit rusty, but he's going to have a huge, huge impact on this team tonight. Dude, I think they're playing at home. Are they playing at home tonight?
I am not sure. I haven't looked in on that.
Hey, actually, check it up. Let's see is he playing at home tonight while he's checking that up. But yeah, this is going to help the Warriors out tremendously, I think, for the rest of the year. If they stay safe, he constantly rehabs over time and stuff because the Warriors are super good this year. They're either in first or second place in the West right now. As you can tell, I'm a super big fan. I got my boy Steph Curry's jersey up there on the wall. But Landon, did you see if they're playing at home tonight?
They are playing at home.
They are playing at home tonight.
They are playing at home against the Cavaliers.
Hey, the Cavaliers haven't been doing it. And actually, I'm kind of shocked about the Cavaliers.
I'm very shocked too. A very kind of great response, especially. I mean, that boy Taco Fall, man.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, the Cavaliers kind of, I mean, even without LeBron, they haven't been irrelevant since LeBron left. So I think,
this could be a year turnaround, honestly.
This is a great turnaround for the Cavaliers going into the season. Now they just have to, this is just the beginning of the season. We're not even halfway through the season yet and haven't even made it to the All-Star games. They just have to continue working, put in, the hours just to be able to
just to be together. You just got to continue to work together. I caught you there lacking, buddy. Yeah. Got you. Okay, so congrats to my boy coming back tonight. We're really excited for him to have a really, really, really good game. Hopefully. We want him to have a really good game. But a good rest of the second half of the season and hopefully get the Warriors' next championship or the Mavericks. Fine with either one of them. Okay, so let's go on to our next topic. Let's go on to the Cowboys and Eagles game. Yes, sir. My boy, the Cowboys right here. They absolutely stomped the Eagles. Hey, by all means, I'm happy about that win. Backups in Dak Prescott. Last night, he broke the most passing touchdowns in a season in Cowboys history. He beat Tony Romo's record.
In 2007.
Yep, 2007. And I think he got 35 passing touchdowns. It was 35-36, and Tony Romo had 34. Mm-hmm. I think it was something like that.
I know. I don't know how many passing yards Tony Romo had, but it's kind of crazy that Prescott didn't even have that many throwing yards for the 5 touchdowns. He only had, I believe it was only 296 passing yards.
Even with that too, that's not even that bad either. That's still not bad.
And that just proves how well the defense played. I mean, other than that one bad punt that the Eagles had, I believe, maybe it was third quarter. But other than that, I mean, the defense, playing like how they should. I mean, their defense is what's kind of carrying them. They just have to,
honestly,
other than, they put up 51 against the Eagles, they need to put up a lot of points on good teams. Like whenever they play the Kansas City, they only put up 9, but held the Chiefs to, was it 19 points?
Yeah.
And same thing with the, I mean, they were pretty close against the Buccaneers early in the season. Of course, they had a more healthy roster, but I mean, against a healthy Bucs team, only losing by 2 points, which Greg Zuerlein should have made his kicks that game. I don't know, like to this day, don't even understand why he, I don't even know what happened to him, but it's just crazy. Like a lot of games this season has decided less than one score.
Yeah, he's had an off year. Like yesterday's game, he missed an extra point. They said like last night he's missed like 6, 7, I think maybe even 8 extra points this season. That's bad. That's I'm telling
terrible.
you this right now. If that happens to us in the playoffs, it's going to kick our tail. Because every point matters in the playoff game. You have one game. If you don't win, you're out. And I'm saying this now. If we are out in the first round, we're a one and done. We got to fix some stuff. We have to fix some stuff.
I'm telling you right now, I don't think nothing's holding them. There's one thing that's holding them back. It's not the coach, not the coaching. It's not, the amount of talent they have. It's the confidence. Every time they play against a team that is a Super Bowl or a playoff contender, they have it's like their confidence goes away.
Inconsistency. That's what we've been dealing with. Like, as you can tell, the Eagles are a playoff team, but they're not as good as like all the other teams we have been playing against. And as you could tell, like with the Washington football team and stuff, when we played them at home, I went to that game, one of the best games I decided to go to. We were 3 points short of tying the record for most points ever scored in a game. I'm so happy I went to that game, but I'm using that as an example because bad teams, we can easily put up a lot of points. We look amazing. Looks like number 1 offense in the league. Our defense plays amazing. But then you get a game like the Cardinals, and it's just like, well, what do we do now? Like, what do we do?
Yeah.
In that game, too, we should have won. That, like I said this last episode, or it was the episode before last, that fumble in the fourth quarter, it was a fumble. It was a fumble. They could not review it because we had no timeouts. We are so bad at time management. It is not even funny how bad it is.
But then that's a problem. You're saying a bad call on the field. Well, Dak Prescott fumbled. He fumbled in their own territory, and I can remember they ended up scoring a touchdown after that fumble, or they kicked a field goal. But that's a drive that was taken away that could have helped them possibly win the game, come back, and they could have scored a touchdown on that. They could have scored a touchdown, make it what was it? They lost 25-23. What was the final score?
It was I think it was actually 25-22. I think we only lost by
maybe.
We only lost by
that's right.
3 points.
Yeah. So either way, that's 29-25. They would have been having to score a touchdown. They can't kick a field goal because then they'll be 1 point short. So that's pressure on the Cardinals, especially when they're trying to fight for
the number 1 seed.
Not really for the number 1 seed because they're not going to be able to get that, but for a better spot.
Oh, better spot in the playoffs.
Yes. Because I will tell you right now.
I don't know.
I just want to make a statement about the Cowboys. If they play, they just need to have confidence. If they have confidence on good teams, I think they're going to be hard to stop.
Honestly, I could see us going deep. I could see us easily making it to the NFC Championship game and to the Super Bowl. I could see that happening. I'm pretty sure you could see that happening. And if they do, at least to me, if they make it to the NFC Championship game, huge success. We've not been there in 25 years. A fourth of a century we have not been.
And I just want to say this right now, and I hate analytics. There's sometimes I like to bring up some statistics, but analytics has really ruined the game of football. And I think it's ruined how people think about whenever they make predictions on teams. With the Cowboys, of course they're going to say they're going to lose because statistically, yes, they haven't gone to the conference championship game in a quarter decade. Same thing in the Super Bowl. They haven't. I mean, either way, it's the statistics are there, but they don't mean a single thing. I'm gonna kind of what am I trying to say? I'm gonna compare the 9-7 Giants when they beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl, ruin their undefeated season. They ended up beating I believe it was the same season they played the Cowboys in the wild card or divisional round. They beat the Cowboys after losing to them twice in the regular season. Yeah. I wish I looked more into who they play because I honestly don't remember because it's been so long ago. But yeah. I feel like no one who knew the 9-7 Giants were ever gonna make it to the Super Bowl, like even to the NFC Championship. You really think that 9-7 team was gonna make it to the Super Bowl? No. I feel like any team right now is capable of going to the Super Bowl. It's not. I hate saying that the Packers. If you're gonna say anything about statistics, saying how the Cowboys are terrible when it comes to competing in the playoffs, look at the Packers. They either lose to the divisional round or the conference, the NFC Championship. They last year they had the number 1 seed, plays the Buccaneers. Yes, there was that situation where they took Aaron Rodgers off the field on 4th down, but that's not an excuse. You had other chances to win that game. I just feel like people praise the best teams in the league, but the Cardinals, they haven't made the playoffs in a while either. So how are you supposed to know? Like, they were the Super Bowl favorites. They started out 7-0. You really think that because they're 7-0, they basically fell apart like the 11-0 Steelers last season?
Yeah.
I just feel like analytics is just a side note to what reality is. It's just football. Anyone can show up and play the game.
I will say this before I say it though. Good job talking. I'm glad you got that off your chest. I could tell. I could tell you got that off your chest. I'm gonna say this. There is a saying that you've heard it before, that any team can beat any other given team on any other day.
The Jets beat the Titans. Didn't the Jets almost they almost beat the Buccaneers?
I don't care.
A couple weeks ago.
I don't care if you're like 16-0. The team could be 0-16 and they could beat you. Any team could beat you any given day.
The Lions.
Yeah, exactly. The Lions, for example, they're terrible. Absolutely crap. I would say they're just crap. I mean, they're not even good, but
they got pride though.
Yeah,
they got pride, and
they go out in battle. That's what I can say. They go out in battle. They try to win every single game. They want to. They want to win every single game.
And early on in the season, I mean, there was several losses where the crazy field goal Justin Tucker had to break the farthest kick record. I mean, that's luck. I mean,
I'm going to say this. That ball could have bounced any direction. The Lions should have won that game. The Ravens this year are not good. I'm sorry if any Raven fans are watching this. Y'all are not good. The only players y'all have is Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews. Those are the only 2 players. Maybe Marcus Peters, like the cornerback and stuff. Y'all have players on defense. I don't care. We just came in here right before we came here and started recording this video. We just finished up the Steelers and Ravens game. Y'all lost to the Steelers on a field goal. I'm just going to say that Tyler Huntley, though, he's a good backup. I can say that. He is a decent backup. But it's just, to me, it's just like...
I mean, they do have...
I don't know. It's just like...
They do have an excuse of why they are.
They're the most... I was about to say penalized. The most injury prone. They're the most injured team. Half their team got injured.
They were literally playing on practice squad running backs.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
They've gone through, I think, probably about 6 running backs. Same thing with the Titans, I think. Not really the Titans, but I mean,
they're starting to get
back
even
through
healthy.
running backs.
Oh, yeah. Dude, Derrick Henry's coming back.
Oh, yeah, Derrick Henry.
He is coming. They won their game, too. They have their first round bye. That helps them tremendously. So, yeah. Well, that's us talking about the Cowboys and Eagles game, even though we got a little bit off topic, but it's still about the NFL. So, but now we got another NFL topic, our last one for this video. We got Antonio Brown. And
there's been some pretty good news about the Antonio Brown situation. Antonio Brown saying, he was Bruce Arians was trying to get him back on the field. I believe that's what it was, and he didn't want to because of his injured ankle. Like I believe he just got.
It was like a doctor's report and stuff like that, right? He said like he had like text messages and stuff like that with him.
Yeah, there was also text messages, and Bruce Arians even for what he said that AB never went to him to discuss about any injury, but. I mean, I don't know how true that is. There's 2 sides of every story. I mean, you can believe
Obviously,
either side.
You believe either one.
Really, all I have to say is, I mean, if AB is true to what he said, I mean, what does that make for Bruce Arians? What kind of person does that make Bruce Arians?
I'm gonna say too, like, the very first video we made for the channel, I said he had a temper tantrum. I did lean back and I started laughing and stuff.
Oh, I laughed too. I
thought it was funny.
I had no idea. I just thought he was just mad at the Bucs.
I thought he was having another temper tantrum. I didn't even know what was going on. I just saw him walk off the field, said, "See y'all," ran off the field. And there was a picture too that showed that he was waiting for an Uber driver after the game.
He even went to one of the basketball games that same day. I can't remember what game it was. Was it the Nets game?
I think it was the Nets game, actually.
Yeah, I don't know who they were playing.
I don't know, man.
But either way, I mean,
I don't know. I have a question for you though. Do you think he will end up back on another NFL team?
Oh yeah, definitely. The reason why is because I mean, yes, he has a lot of discipline issues. I mean, the Cowboys have discipline issues. I'm just going to use them for an example because that's the first name that pops in my head because I'm a Cowboys fan. Randy Gregory. He's been
suspended a lot. He's had an amazing year, though. He's had a better year. This has been a better year.
I think his days are over with him being suspended. I think he is clean now. I can't remember his situation, to be honest. But he has been suspended many times. I mean, AB, wasn't he just suspended for the Vax card? I mean, I think that will be the last
vaccine card. Vaccine card. I said vaccine card. But
yeah, the fake one.
Yeah, the fake one.
Either way, I think Antonio Brown will go to another team. I don't know what team exactly. I don't know what team needs a wide receiver. But I will say this right now. Antonio Brown will go back to another team because, I mean, maybe if AB was lying to everyone on social media about his, tantrum, about how his injury, which, I mean, he said it was because of an injury, which is true because he just got an MRI done, and the MRI came back positive for an ankle injury. I don't know the severity of it, but, I mean, either way, I think it could go both ways. Maybe AB didn't even tell it, Bruce Arians, and that maybe they're both at fault. But to be honest, I think AB, no matter what, he's a superstar. He's always been a superstar.
He is one of the Honestly, dude, he was one of the best. At some points, he could have been the best wide receiver in the league. He could have at some
I'm gonna
points.
be honest with you.
Easily.
Okay, so the relationship. There's actually a podcast that I heard about him saying about how, you know, Tom Brady, you know, needed me or whatever. Like he needs to rely on other people. He was saying how, like, you know, everyone needs to rely on someone else because it's human. Or something like that. I don't know the exact words. I could actually pull that up, but we don't really got time for that.
We don't have enough time.
But he was also having some beef with Tom Brady. You know, he was like speaking about how, like, his relationship with Gronk. He was. It's kind of funny because he was basically getting jealous.
Didn't he say like, "Are you actually my friend?" Stuff like that. Didn't he like kind of say that?
He was like, I thought I was like your best friend. Because
but just like
that
football and stuff. But like football and stuff. How like he brought in football with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know how like their life outside of football is, but I know that relationship on the field is, you know, obviously there. Like they're basically not like Gronk and Brady, but he got jealous and basically to Tom Brady, he's like the runner-up of Gronkowski. But so yeah, I mean, I have really no other input on Antonio Brown, but I do think he will end up on another team. I don't know what team.
I think so too.
He could probably land.
I don't know yet. Yeah. I think we're just gonna have to find out until next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we have on the Antonio Brown situation. But other than that, I think that's our today's topics. You did a lot of talking. Good job. you got into it, but that's good. And thank you all again so much for tuning in today. And tomorrow, actually, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be having a tier list of all the NFL playoff teams. I'm going to be working on that. I'll try. If that doesn't end up working, we'll just do this again, another podcasting like we're doing here. If not, then we'll have something a little bit special for y'all tomorrow if I get it all working and stuff and be able to work good. That's it for today's video. Other than that, we will see y'all next time.